Before I start, I want to give a shout out to the Persona 5 calling card maker website. It's where I got the graphic for the thumbnail. I think it's really awesome, and I'll link it in the description. Anyway, on to the video. It's been about a year since I finished my first Persona game. Since then, I've played Persona 3 and 4, Nier Automata, Tears of the Kingdom, Metroid, Ori, thousands of games of Smash, and so much more. Yet I still find myself thinking about and replaying Persona. I'm Ouroboros. Let's talk. I had an awful high school experience. I'd imagine if you're on this corner of the internet, you've probably had a similar experience as me. I had some friends, but now, only 7 years later, I don't talk to any of them. I was significantly depressed and hated so many aspects of my life. I felt trapped. Like I knew where I wanted to go, but just couldn't break free. I was stuck in the black hole that was high school. I was insignificant. There was nothing I could do to take back my life, and there was nothing I could do to make a difference. I was good at academics and athletics, but none of that really mattered when I was suffering every single day. I was ready to leave for college the moment I stepped into high school my freshman year, and so I waited. I waited 4 long years, hoping that the light at the end of the tunnel would bring joy, belonging, acceptance, meaning, just something different. And I got that. College was a much needed change for me, but in the back of my mind, I felt robbed. Robbed of nearly 25% of my life to that point. Robbed of joy that my peers had. Robbed of purpose. Fast forward to 2022, and I finally pick up Persona 5 Royal for Switch. I'd always wanted to try it out, but never owned a PlayStation. So began the most incredible and even transformative 100-hour journey through any game that I have ever played. I had a general idea of what I was getting into, but what I didn't realize is that Persona 4, 5, and to a lesser extent 3, would become the greatest escape from my own life, as well as an actualized version of my ideal high school life. I experienced everything that I wanted. I had a close-knit group of friends, all of whom were there for me and I was there for them. The confidants and social links are some of the most fun I've had in any game that I've played. Which is odd to say because it's really just reading a bunch of text, but it's so much more nuanced than that. The game spends so much time developing these characters during their respective story arcs, and then throughout the rest of the game, but they also have their own little side stories in which you get to interact with them one-on-one. So you get to see so many sides to the whole party, and it makes all of the characters feel really fleshed out and dynamic. But more importantly, you always make some kind of impact on them. You play an important role in their personal development and help them work through their problems. And it's really low stakes for you. Yeah, you may pick the wrong dialogue option here and there, which may set you back a bit, but you can't really ruin friendships in Persona. It's such a nice change of pace for someone who's really introverted like myself. Of course, you've got the logical next step of that, which is the romancing part. You spend so much of your time with the characters, so naturally you're going to get really attached to at least one of them. And again, it's so effortless. You don't need to go on big dates or make grand gestures. It's a simple, I love you or let's be friends dialogue option late into the confidant, and it's as simple as that. There's no anxiety about it, and you do get little dates with them throughout the year. Christmas, Valentine's Day, White Day, even the Hawaii trip to an extent. I know that's not how people work in the real world, and I know it's odd to get attached to a render and just some lines of code, but it's just easy. It makes me feel like Ren or you or Makoto are the ideal versions of myself. Suave, smart, funny, brave, heroic. And I take these traits through an amazing adventure. Look, we all want to go on some grand journey. Doesn't matter if you're an adult or a kid, there's a reason superhero movies are so popular. It's a power fantasy about having the ability to make meaningful change. So not only am I living out the ideal social life with tons of close friends who rely on me and a loving partner, but I'm also working towards the greater good of society, something that really no high schooler has the ability to do. And you get to do all of this while exploring an interesting and creative new world. Obviously, Tokyo is an awesome area. It's bustling and there's stuff to do at every corner. There's so many things grabbing and vying for your attention, and there's only so much that you can do in a single playthrough. It's impossible to get to everything. But more importantly, you have the Metaverse in P5, Midnight Channel in P4, and the Dark Hour in P3. You learn about the rules of the new world, become entangled in conspiracies, and fight for what you believe in. It's the double life we've all wanted to live. Charismatic person by day, and brave hero by night. All of these things help me create the version of myself I wish I could have been, tell the story I wish I could have told, give me friends I wish I could have had, and go on an adventure that I wish I could have had. I feel so engrossed in the world of Persona and its characters. I've even spent hours in the Thieves' Den playing Tycoon. It's just a basic card game, but it feels fun and rewarding because I'm doing it with my friends that I've built over the course of hundreds of hours. Maybe I'm exaggerating. Maybe I'm over-romanticizing a game too much. Maybe I'm just lonely and need some actual human interaction. Or maybe these games were made for somebody exactly like me. Somebody who needs that escapism. Somebody who needs that second chance. So, thank you, Atlus. Persona has stolen my heart, and it'll always be with you. Thanks for watching.